Welcome to So Much Crime, So Little Time, Summer Shorts. I'm Dee.
And I'm Jeff. And in this episode, we're going to introduce you to an episode of You're Wrong About on Matthew Shepard.
We haven't listened yet, so no spoilers are possible here.
All we're going to do here is introduce you to the story. We're going to talk a little about what it might be about, and then we're going to take a quick trip in our time machine.
We'll link to You're Wrong About in our show notes.
And then in our next episode, we're going to discuss the podcast. But right now, let's put on some sunscreen or cream if you're in Ireland. Get yourself a cold drink, and let's preview this crime. So, Dee, have you ever heard of You're Wrong About?
No.
Okay.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I have listened to this podcast before. I have not listened to this particular episode. It is hosted by Michael Hobbes and Sarah Marshall. They have a bunch of other podcasts and projects that I've also listened to.
I feel like I've heard Sarah Marshall's name before.
You probably have.
But I don't know if it's because of forgetting Sarah Marshall.
She does have an unfortunate name, I guess. But some people that we are mutually friends with are real big into some of Sarah Marshall's other projects, as well as this one, I think.
What does Sarah Marshall do that everyone loves?
So Mike and Sarah are both journalists who are really interested in history. On You're Wrong About, they basically take an event, a person, or a phenomenon that they feel has been sort of miscast in the public perception. And so that's hence the title, You're Wrong About. And so they cover all kinds of different topics. Some of them are true crime related. This one we're going to be talking about is an episode that came out way back in 2018. It came out in May 12th of 2018.
Okay.
The title of it is Matthew Shepard. And so it is about the Matthew Shepard case from Laramie, Wyoming.
Matthew Shepard. Okay. I think I have heard about Matthew Shepard before, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so we've talked about Matthew Shepard before. We did the coldest case in Laramie, which wasn't about this case.
Yeah.
But
was
this came
Matthew
up.
Shepard the person that was found dead like at a fence?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't really get into...
Was he gay and there was like the talk of it being a homophobic attack? Where it was
Yes.
proved to be a homophobic attack? I can't remember which one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So we're kicking off our summer short series with this story of Matthew Shepard for a very particular reason. So we're going to give you our preview episode, and then we're going to come back and do a recap. But we're also going to give you a special episode where we're going to interview a couple of folks who are directing a production of the Laramie Project at the Theater Rhinoceros in San Francisco. So we are very excited to bring that special interview to you. And we thought,
excited. Yep.
in conjunction with that, we would start this series by talking about the Matthew Shepard story and listening to a podcast that I picked this one specifically because there's a lot of single podcasts on Matthew Shepard. I've actually been looking for a long form podcast over multiple episodes that talks about this case. And I haven't been able to find one because we've known that this production was coming at the Theater Rhinoceros. But instead, I picked one that I thought would get into really kind of like a comprehensive look at this case, at what happened. It's really only like an hour. Actually, I think it's like an hour and change long. I think it's an hour and 19 minutes, including ads. But I'm hoping that this gives us both a rounded picture of what happened, as well as kind of the way it's kind of shifted in public perception. Because from talking to some of the folks involved in that production at the theater, which we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, this has there have been some misconceptions that have come up about this case over the years since it happened. And I think this podcast, though I haven't listened to this episode yet, will get into some of that and maybe debunk some myths. So I'm looking forward to covering that.
Yeah, me too. All right, Jeff, before we go into that, do you want to get us situated in the time? Ready for the vibes?
Yeah, so I think in order to fully prepare for this and to do something a little lighter, because this is definitely a very dark story, we should get a sneak peek at both the place and the time that we're going to be discussing next time by hopping in the time machine.
Doo-doo-doo.
So this crime happened in Laramie, Wyoming on October 6th, 1998. Do you want me to go first? Or?
No, I'll go first. You've been talking for a while. Okay, I want you to try and name the movie. I have a feeling you're going to get this one pretty quickly. I've got like a harder clue and then a real easy clue.
Okay. 1998 is a good year for me in movies, I think.
I figure, yeah. Okay. I even knew this one. I've seen it a few times. This is the first computer animated movie to receive a PG rating. Reason being, it had some casual swearing in it.
It's computer animated. It's not like hand-drawn animation. Is it Toy Story?
Nope.
Is it Pixar?
Mm. Hold on. Apparently, I cannot.
Is it Ants?
Yes.
It's ants.
My next clue was it was some sort of insect versus termites. Yes, it's ants. With the
That's
Z.
ants. Okay.
Okay. I have 2 questions for. Have you seen this movie?
I have, but I don't think I've seen it in maybe 15 years at least.
Excellent. Okay. Love that for me. Z, his best mate in the movie, his name is Weaver. Okay. Weaver is a soldier. An ant soldier. Soldier ant.
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone played that part.
Really?
And
wow. I have no memory of that.
Yeah.
I believe you. I just don't remember.
No, I don't believe me as soon as you say that. Like, I read this on their, like, official website.
It's probably true.
Who played Z? Sorry, yeah, Weaver. Yeah, no, who played Weaver? Yeah, I knew Woody Allen played Z.
Woody Allen was in this too? Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, this is coming back to me. I have seen this movie, but
that's good.
Long time. Because what was the other one? There were 2 bug movies that came out at the same time.
A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. Yeah.
Okay. So seemingly, the movie was originally offered to a different, or the role was the role was initially offered to a different person. This role of Weaver. But that person wanted to be paid, and Sylvester Stallone agreed to do it for free. Allegedly.
Okay. Doesn't sound like him, but okay.
Name that person.
The person who wanted to be paid.
Who turned it down. Yeah. Who was going to be the soldier?
Is it a big action star?
Yeah.
Is it like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah!
Well, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
And I fact-checked this in 2 places, but I don't know like how credible both those places are. But I did
Wait,
fact-check.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I get some props for that? Like, that was totally just random guessing.
I mean, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger are a little bit like peas in a pod, no?
Yeah.
Like 2 peas that wouldn't fit in the pod together. They'd break through and be like, rah. But still.
That's a pretty good impression of them. Yeah. Okay.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Last question. Z, who was played by Woody Allen, his female best friend, because his best friend was Weaver, who was played by Sylvester Stallone. But he had a female best friend who later actually became Weaver's girlfriend. Was voiced by which singer, dancer, actress, songwriter, and businesswoman, a cultural icon and a trailblazer.
In 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Was she all those things at that time?
Yeah, we're becoming. The last part, it's a trailblazer and it goes on for blank, blank, blank in Hollywood, but I don't want to specify it to narrow it in too much. I want to see if you can get it.
What are the things she was? She was a trailblazer, businesswoman, singer, dancer.
She was a singer, dancer, actress, songwriter, and businesswoman. A cultural icon and a trailblazer for blank, blank in Hollywood.
Dolly Parton.
1998.
She was all those things, wasn't she? I don't know about dancer, but someone much younger than Dolly Parton. Paula Abdul.
Some might say, Sylvester Stallone played this for free, and some might say that this actress, singer, songwriter, and businesswoman would maybe say that love wouldn't even cost a thing.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
That was a good clue. That was a helpful clue.
And that is all I have. Great movie, though. I must watch it with my kids.
Yeah, I should watch that again. Okay. Let's take a trip to Laramie, to the #1 restaurant, which, according to TripAdvisor, is a place called the Altitude Chop House and Brewery.
That sounds fun.
Sure does. Has a 4.2 rating out of 771 ratings. 368 are perfect, but 21 terrible ratings.
Ooh. Oof.
Yeah.
Go on.
This review is by someone named Robbo from Barnoldswick,
Dublin.
UK.
Oh. Anyone named Robbo is not going to be from America. Barnoldswick. Barnoldswick. I'm going to look that up. That's so funny.
This
Barnoldswick.
review is
It's a
from
town in
August of
England.
2023. It goes like this. The title is Disappointed. Are you ready? It's a short one.
Go on, Robbo.
Visited with 3 friends in August. Very disappointed with 2 of the meals. The burgers were disgusting, overdone and dry. The side of fries to go with the burgers, also overdone and cold. We mentioned to the server he was very apologetic and said they were down to 1 chef and she was unable to cope and crying in the kitchen.
Oh my God. Robbo, you need to calm down with your review. At least give them 2 stars. The poor chef.
So the last line is, well, all I can say is altitude management. You have a great website, a good front of house area, but your kitchen skills leave a lot to be desired. And I'm sorry, when you find out there's 1 chef and she is unable to cope
Crying
and
in the kitchen.
like maybe
And
give her a break.
Not only do you write the review, but you actually mention that she's crying in the kitchen with no remorse for the review you're leaving.
This poor
What a
chef.
time. This,
All right.
Oh, Robbo.
That was our time machine from October 6th, 1998 in Laramie, Wyoming.
If, like Robbo, you feel like you're going to pick up your phone and leave a scathing review, even though you know somebody is crying in the kitchen, maybe take a breath. Maybe instead of doing that, focus your energy on going on to patreon.com/so much crime, so little time, because there your heart will be warmed by supporting our show, hearing some outtakes, even some early release episodes and bonus content. And then by the time you're finished doing that, you're going to feel so good that you won't feel like shitting on the woman who is actually crying in the kitchen because she is understaffed. Patreon.com/so much crime, so little time. Thank you.
And don't forget, leave us a rating, leave us a comment, and be sure to tell a friend about our show. Next time, we'll have listened to the You're Wrong About episode on Matthew Shepard. We will discuss the crime, the show, everything about it. That is on the next So Much Crime.
So little time. So Much Crime, So Little Time is a production of MimeGov Media. The executive producer is Paxton Calariso. Our associate producer is Blythe Ty. Theme music was composed by Vyacheslav Starostin. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this show in your podcast app. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and a review. Even better, tell your friends. To join the discussion, look for us on social media. Check out the show notes for all the links. Thanks for listening.